Have you ever felt the quiet yet powerful pull of destiny calling your name? A stirring in your spirit that whispers, something big is about to happen. What if I told you that the time for waiting is over and the Spirit is moving in ways you never imagined? Imagine funds being released, barriers breaking, and doors opening that no one can shut. Yes, the Spirit is nudging you to pack your bags, step out in faith, and move boldly into the life you were meant to live. Can you feel the shift? It's as though the universe is aligning for you, preparing to deliver blessings so abundant they'll reshape your entire story. Before we dive into the message that could redefine your journey, I want to express my deepest gratitude to every single one of you who has supported this channel, especially through Super Thanks. Your kindness, your encouragement, and your love fuel this mission to reach others with the word and inspire them to step into their God-ordained purpose. Thank you for being a part of this journey. We couldn't do it without you. Now, let's turn this moment into a declaration of faith. Comment 777 below as a sign that you're ready to receive this supernatural blessing. And if your spirit is ready to embrace the next chapter, leave a second comment saying, "Ready for what's next." Together, we're uniting our faith and sending a bold message to the heavens. We're ready to walk into the fullness of God's promises. But let me give you a word of caution. You'll want to stay with me through every moment of this message. What I'm about to share will unlock the clarity you need to step into this new season. Skip even a second, and you might miss the vital key that ties everything together. Trust me, the Spirit is about to move in ways you've been praying for. So stay focused, stay expectant, and let's take this journey together. This is your time. Are you ready? Let's begin. God's chosen ones, funds are being released. Pack your bags. The Spirit is about to move you. Life can often feel like a never-ending loop. The same job, the same routines, the same surroundings. But then, there's that faint, almost imperceptible whisper nudging you, suggesting that change is on the way. Do you feel it? That subtle yet persistent hint that something transformative is about to happen. It's as if the universe is laying breadcrumbs, inviting you to notice the signs. Perhaps you've started seeing repeating numbers, like angel numbers, or experiencing synchronicities that seem too precise to be coincidence. Have you ever read a billboard or overheard a conversation and felt as though it was speaking directly to you? These aren't random events. They're pieces of a divine puzzle designed just for you to uncover. Why now, you ask? The universe works in rhythms, much like the seasons. There are periods of stillness where everything feels stuck, and then there are moments of rapid movement, like a sudden gust of wind, propelling you into uncharted territory. Right now, the winds are shifting, releasing energy, financial, emotional, or spiritual, that was previously blocked. This might appear as a surprising financial blessing, like an unexpected check, or a raise at work. Or perhaps it's emotional clarity, a revelation that frees you from past burdens. The doors are opening, but the real question is, are you ready to step through? Packing your bags doesn't always mean a physical move. Sometimes the shift is internal. Spirit might be calling you to change your perspective, upgrade your habits, or realign your relationships. But then again, it could be literal. Have you ever woken up with an unshakable desire to explore a new city, or stumbled upon a home listing that felt like it was speaking directly to your heart? Pay attention to those moments. They might be signs that the universe is orchestrating a significant move, preparing the stage for your next chapter. Think about Abraham in the Bible. When God called him to leave everything he knew and journey to an unfamiliar land, it wasn't just a physical relocation. It was a spiritual step of faith. Could your current season be similar? Is this the whisper of God preparing you for something greater, something you might not fully see yet? Stay curious and open, for the divine has a way of revealing its plans in the most unexpected ways. With every new beginning comes an inevitable wave of uncertainty. You may find yourself questioning, what if I'm wrong? What if I pursue this dream only to fail? These doubts, though unsettling, are a natural part of stepping into the unknown. But don't let them hold you back. Fear, after all, is not your enemy. It's simply a signal that you're standing at the edge of your comfort zone, staring into the life you've always imagined. The question is, will you let fear be the chain that binds you to the past, or the spark that ignites your future? If you feel unsure about the whispers guiding you, try this. Take 5 minutes each morning to sit in silence, focusing on your breath. Let your thoughts come and go, and pay attention to those that linger. What ideas or visions keep resurfacing? Perhaps you'll feel nudged to explore a hidden talent, revisit a long-forgotten passion, or imagine yourself in a place you've never considered. Write down these impressions, no matter how insignificant they seem. These seemingly random insights might be the breadcrumbs leading you to your next breakthrough. Remember, new beginnings aren't limited to career changes or physical moves. They often symbolize a release of abundance in unexpected forms, whether it's love, creativity, emotional clarity, or opportunities you once believed were out of reach. Maybe it's the courage to start a side hustle or the willingness to embrace new relationships after a long hiatus. When you trust that the universe has your back, confidence flourishes. You start to believe that your efforts are not in vain, and with every step forward, you'll sense divine support aligning the path ahead. Consider this. New blessings often require releasing old attachments. Are there mindsets, habits, or relationships in your life that no longer serve you? Decluttering emotionally, spiritually, and even physically creates the space needed for fresh opportunities to take root. Think of it as preparing fertile soil for the seeds of miracles to grow. By letting go of the outdated, you're making room for the extraordinary. Reflect on Joseph in the Bible. His journey was fraught with rejection, betrayal, and prison, yet each setback prepared him for his eventual rise to power in Egypt. What if every disappointment you've endured was laying the groundwork for a divine setup? Could it be that the release of funds, whether literal or metaphorical, is the universe's way of saying, I've seen your struggles, and now I'm ready to bless you beyond what you can imagine. Your role is simple. Stay open and attuned. Follow the whispers, the signs, the synchronicities. Let go of the fear of missteps and trust that every breadcrumb is part of a divine trail leading you to a life of abundance and purpose. Keep your heart open, your eyes sharp, and your spirit ready, because when you do, you'll realize the universe has been orchestrating this all along, just for you. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stumble into large sums of money, fortuitous opportunities, or life-changing breaks? It's easy to dismiss it as luck, but in truth, the universe doesn't operate on random chance. These blessings are often the result of an unseen process, a quiet accumulation of energy over time. Imagine it as a spiritual bank account. Every time you act with integrity, express gratitude, or heed divine guidance, you're making deposits into this account. And when the time is right, the universe issues a cosmic check that reflects the vibrational wealth you've built. Right now, your spiritual account seems full to the brim, ready to manifest into tangible blessings. This fund release might not always look like a direct financial gain, though it certainly could. It might appear as an unexpected job offer, a new partnership, or an opportunity that multiplies your resources. Perhaps it's an influx of loyal clients, a chance meeting with someone who opens doors, or even a surprising inheritance. Abundance doesn't always take the form of a bank deposit. Sometimes it's the relationships, ideas, and opportunities that carry the highest value. Are you prepared to recognize it when it arrives? So, why now? On one hand, astrological shifts or collective energy might be creating an environment where blessings flow more freely. On the other, your personal growth plays a significant role. Think about it. Have you been releasing old fears, building healthier habits, or stepping into your sense of worth? These inner transformations act like a beacon, signaling to the universe that you're ready to receive. It's as if you've been shouting, "I'm ready." And the cosmos has finally replied, "We've been waiting for this moment." Reflect on the parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. The servants who wisely managed their master's resources were rewarded with even greater abundance, while the one who buried his talent out of fear received nothing. Similarly, the energy you've cultivated through your faith, actions, and intentions is now set to return to you in ways that magnify your life. The key is to remain open and receptive. Are you willing to embrace abundance in all its forms, even if it doesn't look the way you expected? Sometimes blessings arrive disguised as challenges or detours, but they ultimately lead to greater rewards. Keep your heart and mind attuned to the signs, because that cosmic check is already in the mail, and your name is written on it. It's natural to wonder, am I just imagining this? What if I'm not really due for a blessing? These doubts, while human, can be the very thing that blocks the flow of abundance. Remember, abundance is a partnership. It's not enough for the universe to send you gifts. You must reach out and claim them with confidence. When you second-guess your worthiness, you effectively close the door on the blessings trying to enter your life. Here's an actionable step to help align your mindset. Visualize a check made out in your name, reflecting an amount or resource that feels life-changing yet believable. Perhaps it's $10,000, $100,000, or $1 million. Whatever resonates without triggering skepticism in your heart. Write out this mock check, date it, and sign it as the universe. Place it somewhere you'll encounter daily, such as your mirror, wallet, or even as your phone background. Each time you see it, affirm your openness to receive. Over time, you'll notice a shift from scarcity thinking to a mindset of possibility. This seemingly simple exercise can yield powerful results when paired with faith and action. But abundance isn't solely about material wealth. When Spirit says, "Pack your bags, I'm about to move you," it often signals a need to step beyond your comfort zone. What if these spiritual funds are being released to enable you to start a project in a new city, or to position you for a life-changing encounter? Sometimes the universe requires a physical or mental relocation to grant access to blessings that aren't available where you are. These funds could also manifest emotionally or relationally. If you've been feeling isolated or depleted, get ready for a wave of genuine connections. People who resonate at your frequency, who uplift and inspire you. Imagine stepping into a community where you feel understood and valued. Could the universe be orchestrating such a move for you, even now? If you're tempted to doubt that such shifts can happen, remember, Spirit operates in quantum leaps, not just incremental steps. Think of the story of Peter walking on water in Matthew 14:22-33. It wasn't a slow, calculated process. It was a sudden leap of faith. When Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he defied logic and walked on the waves. What if your leap of faith could unlock similarly miraculous changes? Keep your heart open to the possibility of abundance in all its forms. Whether it's financial freedom, emotional healing, or relational support, the universe is ready to pour out blessings. Your only task is to receive them with trust and gratitude, and to let go of any fear or doubt that tries to hold you back. After all, Spirit isn't just asking you to take small steps, it's preparing you for the extraordinary. Are you ready to embrace it? As these spiritual funds are released, it's essential to remember blessings often come with responsibilities. Greater opportunities, whether financial, professional, or personal, can bring challenges if you are not mentally or spiritually prepared to handle them. This is where spiritual maturity becomes vital. Stay grounded through reflective practices like meditation, prayer, or journaling. Don't neglect self-care, as an overwhelmed heart or mind can transform blessings into burdens. The universe doesn't intend for your gifts to weigh you down, but without balance, even the best blessings can feel overwhelming. Accept your cosmic check with humility and gratitude, knowing that you've earned it through your faith, perseverance, and commitment to your higher purpose. The universe operates on a system of reciprocity, responding to your alignment and intentions. Each time you act with integrity, faith, and a willingness to serve, you invest in this cycle of abundance. And when the blessings flow back to you, they come as a divine affirmation that your efforts have not been in vain. Consider the parable of the faithful servant in Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. This is a reminder that how you handle your current blessings prepares you for greater ones. Are you ready to steward the abundance coming your way with wisdom and grace? Each blessing you receive is not only a reward, but also a stepping stone. When approached consciously, these blessings create a domino effect, one opportunity leading to another, building a life that reflects your divine calling. Imagine looking back one day and realizing how a single moment of faith sparked an incredible chain reaction of growth and abundance. That chain reaction might already be in motion, even if you can't fully see it yet. The universe often works behind the scenes, aligning circumstances in ways you'll only understand in hindsight. So, as the doors of abundance open, walk through them with trust. Embrace the process, stay grounded, and know that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Could this be the moment when your journey shifts from preparation to fulfillment? Only time and your faith will reveal the answer. Have you started noticing small but undeniable signs that something is shifting in your life? Perhaps you wake up one day with an inexplicable urge to clear out your closet or reorganize your home. Maybe you find yourself binge-watching travel videos or scrolling through job postings in cities you've never considered before. These moments may feel random, but they're anything but. When spirit begins to move you, life becomes a mosaic of subtle hints and nudges, all working together to form a message that feels like an undeniable calling. Sometimes these messages show up in your dreams. Have you ever dreamed of packing suitcases, boarding a plane, or arriving in a place that feels strangely familiar, as though you've been there before? Dreams act as a bridge between the conscious and subconscious, bypassing the barriers of logic and doubt. When spirit is at work, it often uses this channel to deliver guidance that might be overlooked in waking life. If these dreams recur, take note. Keep a journal by your bed and jot them down as soon as you wake up. Over time, patterns may emerge, clues revealing where you're being led or what steps you're being called to take. Reflect on the story of Joseph in Genesis 37. His dreams were more than mere visions. They were divine revelations of his future destiny. Though initially misunderstood, those dreams set the course for his life, preparing him for leadership and a pivotal role in saving many. Could your dreams be similarly guiding you toward a purpose you can't yet fully grasp? Signs from spirit aren't limited to dreams either. They can appear as synchronicities, meeting someone who offers advice that resonates deeply, repeatedly seeing a specific number or symbol, or even feeling an unshakable inner tug, urging you to explore something new. Have you ever paused and wondered, why does this feel so significant? These moments are Spirit's way of gently nudging you toward the next chapter of your life. The challenge is to stay open and curious. Instead of brushing off these signs as coincidence, ask yourself, what might Spirit be trying to tell me? Whether through dreams, recurring themes, or an inexplicable pull to a new idea or place, Spirit is always communicating. The question is, are you ready to listen? Another unmistakable sign that Spirit is moving you is a sense of restlessness. You may feel an unshakable unease in your current circumstances. Perhaps the job that once fulfilled you now feels stifling, or the city you've always cherished suddenly feels too small for the person you're becoming. This isn't about ingratitude, it's about growth. Your soul is outgrowing its current container, much like a plant whose roots have outstripped its pot. Sometimes you can thrive and expand where you are, but other times a complete uprooting is necessary to uncover new horizons. This restlessness is Spirit's way of nudging you toward change, but let's acknowledge the dual nature of that call. Change can be both exhilarating and terrifying. Whether it's a physical move to a new location or a metaphorical shift in your personal or professional life, change requires courage. It might mean letting go of friendships that no longer nurture your growth, or stepping away from a well-paying job that leaves your spirit feeling depleted. These decisions can be heart-wrenching, and it's okay to grieve what you leave behind. Mourning is part of the process. Consider the story of Abram, later Abraham, in Genesis 12, when God told him, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you." Abram had to leave everything familiar, not knowing where he was going, but trusting in the promise of something greater. What if your restlessness is Spirit's way of calling you to a similar journey of faith? Remember, divine orchestration follows a principle. Spirit never takes something away without offering something better in its place. Letting go creates space for aligned opportunities to flow into your life. Yes, it's natural to fear what lies ahead. But what if the discomfort you're feeling is simply the growing pains of stepping into your next level? Ask yourself, what areas of my life feel too tight, too small, or no longer aligned? What might I need to release to make space for something greater? Spirit's call often feels uncomfortable, but it carries a promise that by embracing the unknown, you'll discover blessings far beyond what you can imagine. Will you trust the process and step into the adventure that awaits? If you're wrestling with the question of whether to move or stay, start by testing the waters. Spend a weekend in a potential new location, or have conversations with people who've successfully navigated career pivots. How do these experiences make you feel? Do they spark excitement and possibility, or do they leave you feeling drained? Pay attention to your physical and emotional reactions. These often serve as Spirit's compass. If a thought or place makes your heart flutter with anticipation, or sends a wave of, "Yes, this is right," through you, consider it Spirit knocking on the door of your next chapter. To gain clarity, try a simple visualization exercise. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine a path stretching out before you. Picture yourself walking along it. Notice how your body reacts. Does the thought of this path bring a sense of lightness, openness, or expansion? Or does it feel heavy, constrictive, or filled with dread? The body often knows the truth before the mind fully understands. If a scenario fills you with relief or exhilaration, take it as a green light to move forward. Keep in mind that others may not fully understand your journey. Family and friends, often out of love and concern, might urge you to slow down or reconsider, warning that you're moving too quickly or taking a risk. While it's wise to consider their perspective, remember that Spirit speaks to you uniquely. Only you can feel those internal nudges, the synchronicities, and the repeated signs that affirm your direction. If the universe has been whispering through intuitive hits, recurring messages, or meaningful coincidences, don't ignore them. Sometimes stepping outside others' comfort zones is the only way to align with your destiny. However, not all moves are gentle. The universe sometimes employs what can be called tower moments to force change. These are sudden, often dramatic disruptions, a job loss, the end of a relationship, or financial upheaval. While these moments can be painful, they are also catalysts for growth that might not have happened otherwise. Think of Job in the Bible. His trials felt catastrophic, but they ultimately positioned him to receive double the blessings he had before. Job 42:10. Could your tower moment be preparing the way for something far greater than you can imagine? If you sense early warning signs of a tower moment, persistent tension, disharmony, or doors closing in your current situation, take them as Spirit's gentle invitation to move voluntarily. Heeding this nudge allows for a smoother, more peaceful transition. Ignoring it might lead to a more abrupt, forced change later on. The choice is yours. Will you trust the signs, step boldly into the unknown, and embrace the possibilities waiting for you? Or will you cling to the familiar, risking the discomfort of being pushed into change? Whatever path you choose, remember that Spirit's guidance, whether subtle or dramatic, always aims to lead you closer to your true purpose. Are you ready to take the leap? The clearest sign that Spirit is moving you is an unshakable sense of conviction. It's that inner knowing that won't be silenced, even if the details remain unclear. Deep down, you recognize that staying where you are, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, is no longer an option. When you reach this level of certainty, all other obstacles, fear, doubt, societal expectations, fade into the background. They may whisper in your ear, but they no longer control your steps. As you lean into this conviction, something remarkable happens. Doors you hadn't even noticed before start swinging wide open. Opportunities that once felt distant or unattainable suddenly appear within reach. People, resources, and circumstances align effortlessly, as though the universe has been preparing this path all along. This is how you know Spirit has a new destination for you, whether it's a physical address or a transformative shift in your mindset and perspective. Consider the story of Moses in Exodus 3. When God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses initially hesitated, overwhelmed by fear and self-doubt. Yet, his sense of conviction grew, and as he stepped into his calling, God provided the resources, miracles, and guidance needed to accomplish the mission. Could your own conviction be a similar signal that Spirit is leading you to a place where you'll step into a greater purpose? This is the moment to trust the process and answer the call. The path ahead may not be fully illuminated, but Spirit never calls without equipping you for the journey. So, take the first step. The next chapter of your life is waiting, and all you need to do is say yes. Are you ready to move forward into the unknown, trusting that it's exactly where you're meant to go? If there's one factor that can make or break your transition into the next phase of your journey, it's having an unshakable clarity about your why. Why do you desire this new beginning? Why do you long for Spirit's guidance, fresh funds, or a move to a different place? Many people crave change, more money, a new location, or a different relationship, but without a clear and deep purpose, even the greatest blessings can leave you feeling empty. Without a strong foundation for your why, your blessings might slip away like sand through your fingers, leaving you wondering what went wrong. This is the critical moment where intention meets action. Before you finalize any major decision, whether it's applying for a new job, moving to a new city, or starting a new relationship, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is driving this decision? Is it about escaping discomfort, or is it about evolving into a better version of yourself? Is it fueled by a need to prove something to others, or by a desire to honor your soul's true calling? There's a profound difference between running away from a problem and running toward a meaningful purpose. One might provide temporary relief, but the other leads to true growth and lasting joy. Consider the story of Jonah. When God called him to go to Nineveh, Jonah initially ran in the opposite direction, trying to escape the discomfort of the task. Jonah 1:13. His why was rooted in avoidance, not obedience, and the result was chaos until he realigned with his purpose. What about you? Are you seeking change to evade challenges, or are you embracing Spirit's call to grow into the person you're destined to become? To gain clarity, try this exercise. Write down your reasons for wanting this change. Be brutally honest. Are they grounded in fear, pride, or comparison? Or do they stem from a genuine desire to align with your higher self and purpose? When your why resonates deeply with your soul, it creates a sense of peace and certainty that will guide you through challenges and doubts. Remember, the universe responds to clarity. A clear purpose acts like a magnet, pulling the right opportunities, people, and resources into your path. So, what is your why? And does it reflect the future you want to create? The answer to these questions could be the key to unlocking a transition that not only transforms your life, but also fulfills your soul's deepest desires. Are you ready to embrace your why and take the next step? When you dig deeper into your why, you'll often find it connected to service, love, or self-expression in some meaningful way. Perhaps you dream of creating a community project to empower underprivileged youth. Maybe you're considering a move to a place where your skills and talents can touch more lives. Or you might long for an environment that nurtures your creativity, allowing you to craft art, music, or writing that uplifts others. When your ambitions align with a purpose bigger than yourself, the universe has a way of accelerating your path because your growth contributes to the collective good. This synergy between personal fulfillment and collective benefit is a vital piece of the puzzle, and one that many overlook. Goals rooted solely in personal gain might bring fleeting success, but they rarely lead to lasting satisfaction. On the other hand, when your ambitions are anchored in service and love, resources often flow your way effortlessly. It's as if the universe conspires to support any endeavor that adds light to the world. If your plans don't naturally include a way to contribute beyond yourself, ask, can I tweak my vision to make it more expansive? Sometimes even a small recalibration can create unstoppable momentum. To put this into practice, set aside 10 minutes today to free write in a journal. Reflect on why you desire the changes you're pursuing. Don't censor yourself. Let every thought pour out. Are your motivations rooted in frustration, spite, or boredom? If so, that's a sign you might need a deeper anchor. This doesn't invalidate your feelings, but highlights an opportunity to align with a purpose that fuels you more sustainably. Could this new job, financial blessing, or relocation help you support your family, give back to your community, or create something that leaves a positive impact? Now consider who might benefit from you stepping into your next chapter. Is it your children, who will see a role model of courage and authenticity? Your friends, who might be inspired by your boldness to break free from stagnation? Or perhaps an audience you haven't met yet, eagerly awaiting your voice, your art, or your product? Holding this vision of who you'll impact transforms fear into determination. It shifts your focus from internal doubts to external contributions, reminding you that the stakes are greater than your own comfort. Suddenly, the challenges you face don't feel like barriers. They become stepping stones, leading you closer to your purpose. Take a moment to reflect. How can my growth serve not just me, but the world around me? When you hold on to that larger vision, you'll find the strength to navigate any obstacle, knowing your journey is about more than just personal gain. It's about leaving a legacy of light and inspiration. Are you ready to align your purpose with a cause that fuels your soul and brightens the lives of others? Here's the deepest truth. When you're anchored in your why, you can navigate almost any how. Even when the journey feels daunting or the road becomes rocky, your purpose acts as a lighthouse, steady and unyielding, guiding you through the storm. Without that clarity, it's easy to abandon ship at the first sign of trouble, not realizing how close you were to uncovering the treasure. The universe doesn't promise smooth sailing. It promises meaningful lessons and abundant rewards for those who persist. Your purpose is the fuel that keeps you moving forward, even when the winds seem to blow against you. But let's not forget an often overlooked aspect of purpose: joy. While service and contribution are essential, your personal happiness matters too. Some people feel guilty for wanting a bigger home, financial freedom, or a more comfortable lifestyle. Yet, if these desires bring genuine joy and harm no one, they can still align with a higher purpose. Joy has a ripple effect. It inspires and uplifts those around you. Imagine the impact of living in a state of authentic bliss rather than settling for quiet resignation. Could your own happiness be a part of Spirit's plan to spread light to others? Reflect on this. God desires joy for His people. In John 10:10, Jesus says, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." This fullness includes both spiritual fulfillment and the joy of living abundantly. What if your happiness, paired with your purpose, is a divine strategy to radiate positivity into the world? Ultimately, your why anchors your journey in something real, enduring, and transformative. Funds will ebb and flow, locations will shift, and circumstances will change, but a clear purpose remains your constant North Star. It's the difference between building a legacy and chasing fleeting distractions. When your actions are rooted in genuine, heart-centered intention, your plan becomes resilient, impervious to doubt, criticism, or temporary setbacks. Ask yourself, what legacy do I want to leave behind? How does my joy intersect with my ability to serve others? Once you integrate these answers, your path becomes clear and you'll find the resolve to persevere. Trust that Spirit and the universe are working in harmony with those who walk boldly in their purpose. Are you ready to take the next step, knowing your why will light the way? Now that you've locked into your deep why, it's time to shift into action. The universe might be aligning funds or setting up a move, but that doesn't mean you're exempt from preparation. Think of it like boarding a plane. You don't just show up at the airport without a passport or baggage. Spiritual shifts operate the same way. You need the equivalent of a passport: clarity, readiness, and an adaptable spirit. And your baggage? That's your mindset, skills, and resources, all of which need to be aligned with your destination. Start by examining what you already have. What talents, relationships, or savings are at your disposal? Too often, we fixate on what's missing and overlook the assets we already possess. Write these down. This exercise serves two purposes. It reminds you that you're not starting from zero, and it highlights areas where growth is needed. For example, do you lack a specific skill like marketing or financial management? If so, this is your moment to take action. Invest in a course, find a mentor, or dedicate time to self-study. Remember the parable of the 10 virgins in Matthew 25:1-13. The wise ones prepared ahead of time with enough oil for their lamps, while the others missed their opportunity because they weren't ready. What steps can you take now to ensure you're fully equipped when your moment arrives? If a move seems likely, start by decluttering. Sell, donate, or recycle items you no longer need. This isn't just about clearing physical space. It's a symbolic gesture signaling to the universe that you're serious about the transition. Similarly, if you're expecting financial breakthroughs or a new business venture, begin laying the groundwork. Register that domain name, draft a basic business plan, or organize your financial documents. These actions show Spirit that you're not just waiting passively, you're actively co-creating your future. Preparation isn't just about physical space, it's also about time. If you're anticipating new responsibilities or opportunities, your current routine might need to shift. Could you allocate mornings for focused work or weekends for travel and networking? A flexible but intentional schedule ensures you can pivot smoothly when blessings arrive. The universe often moves suddenly, and when opportunities present themselves, you don't want to scramble in chaos. A well-structured framework allows you to embrace growth without feeling overwhelmed. Let's talk about health. Major life changes can be physically demanding, whether it's loading boxes into a moving van or working late nights to launch a new venture. Are you giving your body the care it needs to sustain you through these transitions? Increase your water intake, nourish yourself with whole foods, and begin a simple exercise routine, even if it's just a short daily walk. Remember, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. And taking care of it is a form of spiritual stewardship. What small, consistent steps can you take today to ensure your vessel is ready to carry you into the future? Emotional preparation is equally important. Have you considered how unresolved fears or anxieties might resurface during big transitions? Maybe you've experienced past trauma related to relocation or financial instability. What emotional baggage might you need to release to move forward freely? Take time to address these areas through journaling, prayer, or meaningful conversations with trusted friends or mentors. Reflect on Hebrews 12:1, which encourages us to throw off everything that hinders so we can run with perseverance. Imagine yourself like a hot air balloon. Each emotional weight you release allows you to soar higher. What about your mindset? Are you open to the unexpected? While it's good to plan and prepare, the Bible reminds us in Proverbs 16:9 that in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Could it be that the opportunity Spirit has in store for you looks different from what you're expecting? If a surprising door opens, like an unplanned job offer or a chance to move somewhere new, pause and ask, is this a divine redirection? Could this opportunity align with my why in ways I haven't yet imagined? When you've done the work, inventorying your resources, decluttering, nurturing your health, and addressing emotional weights, you're not just passively waiting. You're actively co-creating with Spirit, ready to step boldly into the future God has planned for you. How does this preparation align with the principle found in James 2:17, which reminds us that faith without deeds is dead? Like a rocket fueled and poised on the launch pad, you'll be ready to ascend when Spirit gives the signal. And as you soar, you'll be grateful you took the time to prepare your vessel for the journey ahead. Are you ready to rise? Congratulations! You're either in motion or about to be. Whether you're moving to a new city, starting a new venture, or embracing a new way of life, the initial excitement can feel like fuel, carrying you through the first steps. But what happens when that adrenaline fades and daily challenges resurface? Many people mistake these mid-air hurdles as signs to stop instead of recognizing them as tests refining their journey. How will you interpret these challenges, roadblocks or stepping stones? Expect the journey to follow a honeymoon then crash cycle. At first, everything feels aligned, synchronicities abound, and you're convinced you're exactly where you're meant to be. But then, Disruptions surface. A deal falls through. Relationships feel strained, or the new environment seems less welcoming than you imagined. Can you recall a time when such obstacles made you question your decisions? Consider how Joseph in Genesis 39 faced betrayal and imprisonment. Yet those trials were part of God's plan to position him for greatness. Could your current challenges be preparing you for something far greater? Be vigilant for self-sabotage, especially as your blessings grow. Doubts about worthiness often creep in, manifesting as procrastination, unnecessary conflict, or obsessing over minor setbacks. What fears might be hiding beneath the surface? Do you worry that success will isolate you from your community, or that increased responsibilities will become overwhelming? Naming these fears is the first step toward breaking their hold. Reflect on 2 Timothy 1:7, which reminds us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." How can you use this truth to anchor yourself during moments of doubt? Challenges aren't signs you've chosen the wrong path. They're opportunities to grow stronger and more committed. Each obstacle asks, how deeply do you believe in your calling? How willing are you to persevere? By choosing to see trials as refining tools rather than stop signs, you'll remain focused on solutions and grounded in your purpose. Take a moment to ask yourself, what mindset shifts or practical steps can I take to navigate these mid-air challenges? Remember, every remarkable journey includes turbulence, but your faith and preparation can carry you through to the destination God has prepared for you. Are you ready to hold steady and trust the process, even when the skies get rough? A strong support system is vital when navigating challenges. Surround yourself with balcony people, those who cheer you on, celebrate your progress, and remind you of your potential. Avoid the basement people who dwell on worst-case scenarios and feed your doubts. Do you have people in your life who inspire and uplift you? If not, seek out mentors, join supportive communities, or even invest in coaching. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 says, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." Don't battle every storm alone. Lean on those who strengthen your resolve. Daily routines serve as anchors when everything around you feels in flux. Even if you've moved to a new place or made a major life change, grounding habits provide stability. Could you start your mornings with meditation, a gratitude list, or light exercise? Simple practices like these help you stay centered and prevent emotional swings that might otherwise tempt you to quit. Reflect on Psalm 90:12, which encourages us to number our days and use our time wisely. How might establishing routines keep you focused and intentional during this transition? Never lose sight of your why. If you wrote a mission statement or a personal pledge at the start of this journey, revisit it often. Post it somewhere visible, a wall, your journal, or as a daily reminder on your phone. Let it reignite your passion when the road feels foggy. Proverbs 29:18 reminds us, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." How can you keep your purpose front and center to guide you through challenges? These practices, combined with faith and perseverance, will carry you through the turbulence and onto the path Spirit has prepared for you. Practical steps are essential when facing mid-air challenges. If you encounter a financial snag, take time to research potential solutions. Are there resources, grants, or side gigs you haven't considered? If your new environment feels unworkable, consult locals or trusted friends for advice. They might offer perspectives or solutions you haven't thought of. Have you ever hesitated to ask for help out of pride or fear of appearing vulnerable? Remember, Proverbs 11:14 teaches, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety." Sometimes the perfect answer is just a conversation away. Stay open to the idea of pivoting when necessary. Mid-air challenges often reveal that your original plan needs adjustments, or even a complete overhaul. This isn't failure, it's wisdom. Could altering your course be the key to aligning with your true purpose? Like water flowing around rocks in a stream, you can find the path of least resistance without abandoning your destination. Have you considered how adapting your approach might lead to results beyond your original vision? Think of Paul's missionary journeys in Acts. His plans often changed, but each detour brought him closer to fulfilling God's purpose. How might your own adaptations serve a higher purpose? Handled properly, these trials become catalysts for growth. Each obstacle builds resilience, resourcefulness, and confidence. By the time you reach your goal, whether it's a new home, a fulfilling relationship, or a stronger sense of purpose, you'll see that every twist and turn refined you for the life you're meant to live. James 1:2-4 reminds us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Could your current challenges be shaping you into someone stronger and more capable? Challenges aren't failures. They're stepping stones, strengthening your wings to soar higher when new opportunities arise. The road or flight path from dream to reality is rarely smooth, but turbulence doesn't mean you're off course. Instead, it's part of your evolution. Trust that setbacks aren't signs to give up. They're invitations to refine your approach. With perseverance, the right support, and an unwavering connection to your why, you'll land exactly where you're meant to be. How will it feel to touch down stronger, wiser, and better equipped for the next phase of your journey? Keep your faith steady and your eyes on the destination. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. After months of preparation, growth, and faith, you'll eventually find life catching up to your inner transformation. Funds arrive, a new job or home feels like the perfect fit, or a relationship once thought impossible begins to flourish. This is your moment of victory, your chance to cross the threshold into a new chapter. But this isn't just an ending, it's the beginning of a higher phase of your journey. Take time to pause and reflect. Have you fully acknowledged how far you've come? Celebrate your triumph in a way that feels authentic to you, anchoring the truth that effort combined with faith yields results. Consider Deuteronomy 8:18, which reminds us, "Remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth." How can you celebrate this victory while honoring the divine partnership that brought you here? Victory doesn't mean life will be free of challenges. New blessings often bring new responsibilities, and staying grounded is crucial. Are you maintaining the habits, routines, and mindsets that carried you to this level? Reflect on Matthew 7:24-25, which speaks of the importance of building on a solid foundation. Your spiritual practices, prayer, journaling, acts of service, are what keep your foundation strong as you step into this next phase. Your win doesn't just transform your life, it ripples outward. Improved finances might allow you to support loved ones or invest in community projects. Your inner healing could inspire others to begin their own journeys of growth. Have you noticed how one blessing often leads to another? Pay attention to synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, or ideas that nudge you toward an even deeper calling. Could these moments be Spirit's way of showing you that the journey of expansion is far from over? As you savor this threshold, don't fear outgrowing your current triumphs. Evolution is a continuous process, and each victory closes one chapter while opening another. Gratitude for what you've gained keeps you grounded, but an open heart for what's next ensures you're ready for the opportunities still to come. How can you amplify your blessings while maintaining balance? Acts of service, deepening your spiritual practices, or embracing creative challenges can all help you remain dynamically engaged with life. If a subtle unease arises, recognize it as Spirit's call to expand even further. Fulfillment is found not only in reaching milestones, but also in the ongoing pursuit of growth and purpose. Channel restlessness into meaningful action, volunteer, learn a new skill, or explore a deeper spiritual connection. Reflect on Philippians 3:13-14, where Paul says, "Forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal, to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." How will you channel your current victory into continued growth? This moment is your launchpad into even greater things. Celebrate it, honor it, and let it fuel your next steps with gratitude, purpose, and faith. The best is yet to come. Are you ready to embrace it? As you step into the next phase, remember that you're no longer the same person you were at the start of this journey. The trials you've faced, the resilience you've shown, and the victories you've co-created with Spirit have shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and more attuned to your purpose. When doubts inevitably resurface, and they will, let this moment serve as a reminder that when action is paired with faith, transformation happens. Reflect on Philippians 1-6. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Could this victory be evidence that the good work has only just begun? Step forward with confidence, your bags packed, your resources aligned, and your heart wide open. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of even greater milestones waiting to unfold. What new heights will you reach with the faith and tools you've now cultivated? Trust that the same Spirit who guided you here will continue to lead you into the abundance and purpose designed for your life. Are you ready to embrace the next chapter? The journey continues. As we come to the close of today's message, I want to leave you with this powerful reminder: God's chosen ones. Funds are being released, and the Spirit is about to move you in ways you never imagined. Just like the Israelites, who were divinely led to their promised land, you are standing at the threshold of breakthrough and abundance. God is opening doors that have been shut for far too long, and the resources, the connections, and the opportunities you've been praying for are now making their way to you. It's time to pack your bags and prepare for the incredible journey ahead. God's timing is perfect, and He's setting things in motion. Every setback, every delay was a part of the process to build your faith and trust in His provision. Now, you are stepping into the season of favor, where everything you need will be provided at the right moment. Are you ready to move forward? Are you ready to claim the blessings that have been set aside just for you? Your breakthrough is now. You have been called, chosen, and equipped for this moment, and nothing will stop what God has ordained for your life. If this message spoke to your heart and you feel moved to support the ministry, I encourage you to donate through Super Thanks. Your contribution makes a huge difference and helps spread this message of hope and breakthrough to many others. However, whether or not you're able to donate, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for being here and supporting this journey. Your presence, your prayers, and your encouragement are what keep this mission alive. I also want to encourage you to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends, family, and anyone who might benefit from this powerful reminder that God is moving in their life too. Let's keep sharing the message of hope, because there's power in numbers, and the more we share, the more lives will be touched. May God continue to bless you abundantly. May His favor surround you like a shield, and may every step you take be led by His Spirit. Remember, you are God's chosen one, and your future is filled with divine purpose and extraordinary provision. Keep trusting, keep believing, and watch as the Spirit moves you into a season of unmatched blessings.